He's score B. Change him to 1.
Oh, I need to do that on Moobot as well. So
Okay, I'll do an intro whilst we wait. No, that's alright. You'll be
because
fine.
I don't have my mods doing this for me on Moobot today.
Isn't there an
Everybody
intern you could
basically
fire because you technically employ him?
Well, everybody basically drop kicked Fahu out of the position.
Oh, I
last
miss
week.
Fahu. He was
Yeah,
the man.
me too. Fahu did a great job.
I miss his banhammer. It was on point and smashy. Okay, here we go. We are live in the semi-finals at, that's right, 4:30 in the afternoon on ESL Weekly Sunday. We're here with Cruzz, who's got a pretty massive task ahead of him. He's fighting from the north, just like his predecessor Jove was doing as Brits. His predecessor Jove was against the exact same player, the same map, the same factions, and that player is none other than DevM, one of the finest micro and aggression-orientated players we've ever seen in Company Heroes 2. He's pretty brutal to come up against, and Cruzz has got the exact same predicament Jove had. Will Cruzz, with a superior tactical knowledge, be able to make a better go of it? What do you think, Dan?
Well, I think he's. I'm not sure, to be honest. Cruz has just gone in with tactical support straight off the bat, so he's going to be playing a specific style. Doesn't leave himself with too much in terms of countering by commander pick. So clearly Cruz has something up his sleeve. Cruz is our stat man in the community, so I expect it's going to be powerful. As we were talking about before, really, when it comes down to all these engagements that happen, it's who's going to win each of the engagements. And I think on terms of micro, that's going to be DevM. So it's really down to Cruzz to put some kind of knowledge in right now that's gonna prevent those engagements from going in DevM's favor.
Completely agree. One thing that must be noted, this is game 2. Cruzz had the unfortunate circumstance of DevM's USF in the first game, because DevM won the coin toss and he did not want to play let his opponent play as Brits, so he went as USF. Cruzz chose the map, and DevM's USF pretty much stomped him, just like it stomped Jove in game 2 of the quarterfinals. So there you go. That's DevM in pretty much the same situation, but a slightly different circumstance. And here we go with his Grenadier, and again with that MG42 going straight for the cutoff in that shed. He's done that previously, Dan. How do you fancy Cruzz's chances of overcoming it this time?
Well, I mean, it looks like Cruz had actually prepared for this. He had the Vickers covering the strategic point there, but in fact it didn't start firing for a good 5 or 6 seconds whilst the decap came in. So of course now he's lost that strategic point. He's going for his opponent's strategic point on the other side of the map. So yeah, we'll see who comes out on top of this one. I think, I haven't really seen before this tournament that building be used so aggressively like this with MGs, but every player today has been manipulating this building to take control of that strategic point. And I mean, if you look at the map design here, where do you see that on the other side? You've got this tiny little, it looks like some kind of portaloo, on the southern side, strategic cutoff. But this building here, allows for pure domination of that strategic point, and I really, really like that that's been opened up today, because I haven't seen people quite doing that before in tournament play.
So it would be okay for me to say perfect Portaloo play, penetrating deep into his opponent's position. I think that was 5 alliterations, that was good. There's advanced alliterations here. We've got Pioneer laying a tower on the northern side of the bridgehead in the centre. Very aggressive tower that DevM actually did in the previous conflict against Jove, but he did it in this western area. So there you go, it's a very cool strategy he's got, and he's executing it again against Cruzz this time.
I really am impressed with it. I think Cruzzy has... Again, Cruzzy should know this. This is a building that, provides full MG coverage of that strategic point. Can't emphasize enough how bad things are now that he's lost that. Of course, Cruzzy doing the right thing here is going over to the left-hand side, where he can still capture fuel in a VP and so on without needing the use of that strategic point. But it just goes to show DevM playing from the south, manipulating the map to his advantage. Snipers are going to have an absolute field day on the left-hand side, because as we always say on this map, units attacking from the north have to cross negative cover, and not just a little amount, they've got to cross loads of negative cover to get onto DevM's side of the river. So there's a great advantage there for all of the Grenadiers. They're going to be able to reclaim fuel on the left-hand side, because they're going to have a great work up towards it.
Pretty much got to. Here we go though, DevM's been able with his pretty good play there. He had a rifle nade that came off, and he's been able to push Cruzz away from this position. He's got 1 Vickers remaining that's got to pretty much keep the victory point and the fuel, and also the munitions. Elsewhere in the east, it's been Grenadiers versus the Tommies, with the, of course, medical supplies upgrade, so they can heal on the fly.
Your sniper's trained.
But the sniper's now outdone, so the sniper metagame is upon us.
Yeah, this could be really good timing for Cruzz as well, because as we see DevM sniper running over to the right-hand side, the Brit sniper will probably match it in terms of its distance. You know, it's not that greatly defended, to be honest, and the angle that this sniper's coming on is good. It's a shame though, because Cruzz looks like he may be taking shots to clear the strategic point, you know, covered by that MG.
Okay, so we've got the scout car now on the field, making its way straight up into the central area along the bonus cover road. MG42 going to have to get out of there, but what this is going to do is it's going to try and prompt Cruzz to get some armor out of his own, and then try and make use of that telemine in the sense that infantry section goes down. What, have you got eyes on it?
I haven't, no.
Where did that happen? Trying to look for bodies, can't quite
It looked
find
like it was on the right-hand side. That's where the engagement was. The sniper was over there on the right, so it's most likely...
Oh, the sniper goes down to the scout car, just to the north of your picture there. Entry. Big play from DevM. So Tommy section down, sniper down. DevM is in the ascendancy in a big way. Oh, and Cruzz has surrendered. He made it to 6 minutes into this game. He lost that first game in a big display of DevM's USF aggression. And what you're seeing here is the Portuguese juggernaut smashing his opponents in this game. Dan, he's already in the final. Oh my god.
Crazy. As I say, DevM... We were labeling DevM as the you know, the skill, the micro skill over the knowledge, but actually DevM won there with the knowledge, because he just manipulated that building so well. You know, that it just completely denied Cruzz from the game. You know, that's such an incredible. But I mean, I have honestly never seen that particular building used that way before today in competitive play.
And Aimstrong keeps trying to claim credit. Oh, I've been training him. Aimstrong's been doing a medical degree. He just like comes into chat and then tries to to take like DevM's glory. Oh yes, this was my expert training that I did with him. Oh god, but yeah, you were on point there, Dan. I mean, the stats, there you go. It just goes to show that DevM's aggression was unreal. 11 captures, 6 territory losses. 15 units kills, 5 losses. He just went for that. Let's just recap it. He went for that shed, MG in the shed, Grenadier for the cut-off, the sniper comes out, the 222 comes out, he's jostling for position, he's pushing units away, the 2 Vicar build really doesn't do well against snipers, does it, Dan? And I think somebody said a really good one. It may have been...
I think, you know, Jove had the right idea with the triple infantry squad build. You know, the Vickers, especially on a map like that, you're losing map control by having the Vickers set up and having to pack it down. You're not as quick. You're getting picked off by the sniper. And it was a shame, really, because Cruzz did actually line up the Vickers to protect his strategic point in the center. It just didn't start firing for like 5 or 6 seconds after he had it there. Maybe even longer than that, to be honest, because the Grens managed to get a full decap before the suppression came in. It kind of suggested that he maybe even knew what DevM was going to do. Yeah, you know, you've always got to expect that from DevM, always. And he just didn't get the positioning of the Vickers right to defend himself. No. And that tiny bit of positioning cost him the entire game, because DevM just knew exactly what to do. Yeah, it's just... that's it, really, isn't it?
God, ESL today is fast, Dan. I know we've been here before, haven't we?
I know,
but this time we're in the final. It's 4 o'clock. I kind of regret pushing my stream back a bit. I always expect it to be 9 hours long, but DevM is just slaughtering his opponents. And we're already...
I guarantee you we'll still be casting at 11.
Yeah, probably. Is Barton still in it? Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
as long as Barton's still in it, it's a possibility. Let's get the brackets up and have a little bit of a refresh. And
oh, well, actually... Barton's not in it anymore. Talisman beat him 2-1.
Oh my lord! Right,
I just had the confirmed update. Barton has lost.
There you go.
Talisman.
So that finds us with Alistor, a Russian versus the Finn. Winter War confirmed. Talisman knocking Barton out. I wonder how that affects Barton in the standings. Let me just have a quick check on that.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. Is he going to have enough points to get into the monthlies?
It's going to be very difficult, Dan, because he's currently got 70, right? and
Yeah.
Cruzz has got 70, so they're both on 70. That's 7th and 8th place. So Captain Sprice could end up in the finals, but Barton might not do. Because let's face it, 75 points for DevM getting 2nd place. This is DevM's little face there, and the cutie. So he'll get 75 points, but he'll most likely get 100. Well, he'll get 100 points if he wins. So if he wins and he gets 100 points, that would see him push through to the top 8. And we know that Cruzz just got to a semi-final, which is better than Barton did in getting to a quarter-final. So at the moment, Barton would not be in the final 8 in 2 weeks' time. The final 8, by the way, competing for, there you go, I'm just going to highlight it for your eyes, 1,300 euros. So the safe ones are, of course, Jove, Loveness, Nagano, Jesulin, Helping Hands. We know they are going to be there. It's all about these bottom 3. And at the moment, with DevM making a big insurgence, one of them's going to drop. And it looks likely to be Barton at the moment.
Ah, well.
Should never
yeah,
have
that's
trolled
gonna
us
be,
that time, should he? It's karma.
Well, yeah, I think Barton, I think, recently has probably been taking it more seriously as well.
Yes.
Because obviously, we know he wants to be in the monthlies. He wants to get hold of that money at least as well. It's a difficult one. I mean, as we say, since ESL's come around, there's been a huge increase in player skill, and also loads of new people coming in and displaying like high levels of skill. So there's it's not as what's the word?
Predictable.
Sparse as it was previously.
Yeah.
We haven't got like Jezel and Lovenest, this kind of small group of players dominating the ESL. That's expanded now, and with an 8-man selected finals, is it 8?
Yes,
isn't it?
8 men in the final. Yep.
It's now more important than ever to keep on top of your opponents. And yeah, I have massive credit to people like Talisman. Again, I want to note like Walter, who seems to be like coming up at the moment as well. Nice to see Cruzz come back in and do as well as he has been doing. Obviously, that one against DevM wasn't a great example, but this is DevM. DevM's playing very well today. To put the champion out, the 3 weeks champion, the way that DevM has done, absolutely brutal. So yeah, I mean that's a nice one, and of course there were some issues as well. You noticed that Lovenest and Helping Hands aren't playing today. There's been a lot of people asking where they are. Hands is busy today, and I believe so is Lovenest. They both Hands had a friend over, Lovenest had his girlfriend over, I think, so they're not able to play today. But they've probably got the points already that they need to move through. Yeah, so it's kind of okay for them. I think Lovenest is going to be playing ESL from my house next week. He's going to be playing on my computer, so I'm not going to be able to cast, unfortunately. But obviously Lovenest is flying in from Germany to come to the PC Gamer weekend with us.
Oh, no, yes, of course he is. I'm looking forward to that. That's next week! Oh, God.
Yep. 6 days away.
6 days away. Well, no, less, isn't it? Because it's on Friday, so 5 days away. And I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be good fun. Definitely.
Yeah.
You're staying in is it a hotel with lots of people or a
We're
house?
staying in a Holiday Inn, actually. Yeah.
A Holiday Inn, nice.
Yeah,
Classy.
but it's right next to the venue, and it actually looks quite nice. I was impressed. But everyone's got budgets as well, and it works out about £90 for the weekend per person, which is pretty good.
Just added Alastor in my friends list. try and see if he's in game. Try and make it out.
I may have him on my friends list if you.
It says last online. Oh no, he's in game. Come here as too. So I'm just trying to find him now. Custom game start time. These are two guys I've not cast in my entirety of ESL. I may have cast one Andres game, I believe. Yeah, I've cast one Andres game like really early on.
He's a good player.
He is.
He's a good player. I kind of feel like for Andres, he hasn't been given the limelight yet. But he is a good player. He's shown a lot of kind of like face in these tournaments as well. He's always turned up and got to good points. So I kind of think, is that game still running? Is there a game running with them?
Just trying to work it out furiously, mate. I've been doing that since the other game finished, to be honest.
It would be nice to cast one of his games because I think it's another person who's doing well in the community that maybe we just haven't paid too much attention to yet.
He's got 1,700 hours in company viewers too. 500 hours in Company Heroes' new Steam version, which implies he's got thousands of hours in that game overall. So he's a long time fan of the series. Been playing the game for a long time overall. Let's have a look. I keep going on friends games. I don't have any of these people on my friends. So it's all about trying to find them on the custom games list. You create some distractions, Dan, whilst I go deep into the custom games lobby and try and find it.
Jesus, really? Okay, yeah, you can. Well, of course, we have still got a raffle open at the moment, so if you guys want to have a chance of winning any of the commanders, we do have codes for the 2 new British commanders as well. Then all you have to do is type !raffle. We'll give that another couple of minutes before I draw the winner of that, and then obviously we hope to either get into another one of the semi-finals games, or obviously, the finals are probably still a little bit of a way off, but DevM got straight in there, unbelievable. So yeah, of course, the commanders that you can win at the moment, you've got for the USF Heavy Cavalry Company and Tactical Support, which is obviously the Pershing and the Calliope commanders. For the OKW, we've got Firestorm and Overwatch. So obviously Firestorm with the Flammenpanzer and the off-map Stuka Barrage. Flames on Pioneer Squads, which is pretty nice. And the other one, Overwatch, obviously has a great sector assault ability. That's been really, really good recently. I don't know why people aren't using it, because it seems pretty OP to me. That and the Goliath. And then, of course, obviously with the British commanders, the 2 new ones, and I'm pretty guaranteed that everyone's going to go for those ones today. That's obviously Mobile Assault and Advanced Emplacement Regiment.
Yeah, they'll be snapped up really quick.
You do what?
They'll be snapped up really quick.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we got a lot of codes for them, so it's not too bad.
Oh, that's alright then.
You know, once they're gone, they're not getting they'll be taken off the list.
Will they?
I have a feeling though that Advanced Emplacement Regiment isn't going to be taken after today.
I still think it will be, because in team games, a lot of people play team games, and it's going to be so powerful. And not everybody comes up against DevM in 1v1, so
Yeah,
this should be fine.
I see Von Ivan in chat giving it a lot against DevM. We may have to arrange a game after ESL.
What is
between
he
Von Ivan
saying?
and
You're saying the thing about DevM. Kappa Claus. Kappa Claus. That's my best Von Ivan impression. It's not that good.
Which commander do I say is OP? Was that? I actually think the Mobile Assault looks really good at the moment. We've seen that today. In fact, Jove really showcased that very, very well. And I was speaking to Helping Hands last night, and even he said, it really does fill a void for the Brit. You don't need to go for the pyrotechnics to get artillery. You don't have to build the mortar pits. You don't have to use the Bofors to get that kind of long-range and direct fire. You can just use the land mattress, which it basically just forces your opponent to retreat out of an area, or you can just base rape them with it. And
in order to base rape, you do have to get quite close up, though. I mean, it is quite short range, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's the supposedly the negative of it. But people have got to play against that. At the moment, it's a very powerful commander and stuff. So anyway, let's get on and announce the winner of this raffle. I'm going to do the draw for that right now. Winner is Hittendax 92. He is a follower. Which 101 days ago, so weird. I thought he was in the community longer than that, to be honest. Maybe it's an alt account.
He followed 101 days ago.
No, he joined Twitch 101 days ago.
Oh.
So I actually thought he's been around longer than that, but maybe it's another account or something like that. When will they add an MG to OKW?
They need to do that.
Yeah, I mean there is an MG. Obviously, it's locked inside your. Locked inside doctrines, yeah.
I mean, my great idea is to swap the infrared half-track with the MG34, because there's 2 commanders that use the MG34, that's Fortifications and Luftwaffe. They could do with an infrared half-track. It would fit the theme. So if you swap them with an MG34, give that to the battle group headquarters instead, and remove that useless, well, not useless, but nigh on disused unit from battle group, you could give it an MG34, if they wanted to. If Breaking Brad would listen to me. He never listens. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't be. I kind of like the Eye of Sauron, to be honest.
You'd still get to use it, just as part of a commander.
Yeah. I don't know. Just trying to think if there's
I'm
anything
very
else.
Momo for show-esque when it comes to. I believe every faction should have a sniper, a mortar, and a flamethrower in its core tree, and an AT gun. Quite boring and homogenous, but I would like everybody to have everything at their disposal without having to use commanders, kind of thing.
Yeah. North Weapon, I've seen it. I think it's very funny, but we're not going to be showing it on the ESL stream.
Yeah, we've got to have a veneer of professionalism. We can talk about it factually, we've decided, but we're not going to be mocking the situation very much. Basically, Dan had to convince me that that's the case.
Well, yeah, we're not
But he
here
did it for my
to-
own good, and I agree with him.
We're not here to slam Relic or ESL. Yeah, I think we're all very clued up on the situation of the game at the moment, and we're making the best of it by casting, a good ESL today.
Big shout out to the ESL admins. You got Shadow Draft, Summon Bjorn, and that other guy that I haven't got on Steam, so I can't remember his name. Well, they're doing a good job. I think EU ESL, I can only speak for that because I've only been involved in that. It's been really well organised, I think. So yeah, thank you for doing that.
They've been really good the whole way through, and also the decisions they've been making through all the support tickets have been on point. I don't think we've really seen anything that has been, why do the ESL admins do that? We haven't had that once.
No.
They've been very fair and very correct the whole way through. So yeah, that is a nice one. I don't know if they're here, but if they are here, say hello. And
right, okay, you
everyone can give
you
lots
you
of love.
start looking for this game now, mate, because I can't find it. I just want you to see if you can see it, because you have one of them in friends, maybe.
I thought I did, but I couldn't find Alastair.
Oh no. Okay. Damn. Hang on. Oh no, that's good. One of them's added me now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's added
I've
me.
got
So he's added me.
Talisman versus Alastair. I've got that here.
Talisman?
Yeah.
That's not the game, is it? Do you need to refresh, mate?
Semi-finals. Talisman beat Barton.
Oh, okay.
Alastair would have
Right,
beaten,
yeah, get me. I've got Talisman on my friends list, so.
Oh, you'll be able to host it then.